Hi everybody, this is February Let's Play 2025 week 4, and in this video I'm going to finish my piece. Here's where I pretty much left off last week, except that I did finish stitching down this, and I did finish stitching down this, and as I mentioned last week, it becomes much more part of the piece in my way of looking at it when I do that. I'm not putting anything in here. I did consider some quilting, but I think that would distract from the motif of the toile, so I think I'm going to just leave it. I didn't stitch this down yet, but I did make the thing I was going to make with the darker rickrack, and it's a little flower, and I really like it, but funny enough, when I put it in the center, which is what my original thinking was, and this bead on top of it, I didn't like that. It's funny how these things happen. So then I'm like, now what? And of course I want to use this flower somewhere, so here's what ended up happening, and I do like it better. I'm going to put that in the center of that square, and then that butterfly that I was going to put there looks really cute in the middle of this, so that's what I'm going to do too. And I'm going to cut off the black antennae, and I'm going to, when I stitch it down, I'm going to do a pistol stitch in a darker blue to have new antennae. And what else? Oh, I did change out the light yellow for the, I took the dark yellow out and I put the light yellow in, and actually that was really easy. I just attached them together and I pulled it through and it went really well, so that was neat. So that'll be going here on the bottom. I got the ribbon roses to add to here, and the button thing I'm planning for here. Oh, and I didn't mention last time, I did have that down too. And I have, I'm still not 100, I have to make this up, but I'm thinking of doing a kind of bow thing here and have that hang down a little bit, just to there maybe. I like this lace, it's pretty. So I thought that might be a neat thing. And this blue from where I had cut it from the fabric shouldn't be there. It doesn't really matter if it is, but I just thought if I put something there, then it would cover it up. Okay, so that's my plan. When I make some more progress and I have something to show you, I'll be back. Okay, a couple of quick things before I continue. I've got this stitched down, and I've stitched this down, and now I'm, besides the butterfly, I'm trying to figure out if I want to add something to the corners. I think I might, but I'm playing with what. And then before I added it, I wanted to show you this up close because I realized I hadn't. There's a little rickrack flower. I just started with a 3/4 inch circle, maybe on a piece of backing, like the same thin cotton that I used for some of the other stuff in my previous videos that I got repurposed from the inside of a cuff. Okay, so then, and then when it was done, I just turned over what was left of on the outside of the circle so that I could have just the little flower. It turned out really cute. And then the other thing is this lace that I had mentioned that I wanted to do something with. I started with a plain piece, like a straight edge, and then I did a running stitch on the next about 5 inches or so, and then another straight piece, and then I pulled it together and gathered it kind of like you do with a yo-yo, and it made this. It's so cute. So it's too long for my piece, but I thought it was good to have extra so I could decide. But I think that stitch there is going to be just right, and then I'm gonna, I don't know, cut it off around there. Okay, I'm going to continue. Before I get to the end of the video, I'd like to ask for your help in helping me reach more stitchers on YouTube. And to do that, it's very helpful if you like the video, follow me, or leave comments and or share for that matter. Yeah, the more reaction I get on my videos, the more YouTube shares them. So if you could do that for me, that would be awesome, because I would like more stitchers to be inspired by what I share. Thanks. Okay, I'll be back with more. Okay, another short video just to show you how auditioning can lead to things, I guess is the best way to put that. I was trying to figure out what to put in the corners here, and I had a few thoughts. I have this trim, and I thought if I cut out the green, because as I mentioned before, I don't want to bring in another color, I maybe could put them in, you know, 1-3 thing in each corner, but it was kind of not as pretty as that is. It just didn't feel like it was the right move. And then I had this trim, and I thought maybe I could use this triple thing in each corner, but I didn't like that either. And then knowing I had this in blue, I found a piece of it, and I tried it in the corners, and again didn't really much care for that. And I even ended up cutting off all 4 pieces from the center circle, which turned out to be interesting in itself, so that'll be used another time somewhere else. Just to give it just to audition it properly. So here's the other half of that. That's 2 of the 4, and it wasn't really, oh, that's upside down, but it wasn't really, no, that's upside down. It wasn't just right. It just didn't feel right. And then I'm digging through my trims a little further, and I found these larger daisies. And to tell you the truth, when I first saw them, I went, no, that's not going to work. But when I added them to the corners, it actually did work. It makes me like, it made my heart sing, which made me know that it was probably the right thing to do. It just added something sweet to it. It was just adorable. So then with the pieces that I had left over of these that I had already trimmed, I was playing around with it and this thing, this little flower, because at first I thought that's just going to go perfectly right there, but once I started playing with this, and I tried different things, I tried both of them on, like 2 up on the top and 2 up on the bottom. That didn't really do anything for me. And I tried them in the corners. Anyways, what I ended up discovering is if I mush them together a little bit like that and put them down on the bottom like a spray, that actually looks really cute. And then, of course, the little yellow bead in the middle, or button, I guess it is technically. Right there. So before I sewed them down, I wanted to show you how the different options played out, and that's how I'm going to finish off those 2 blocks. Okay, I'll be back when I'm pretty sure I'm going to finish it all, and before I come back and show you again. But I guess while I'm here and talking, I've been wanting to say this through the whole thing. There's a bit of a on-point diamond thing going in this piece, just a little bit. I did the diamonds there. And what I wanted to say about 4 hole buttons, they're very flexible in how you decorate with them. So they are going to go here, and I'm going to put the holes on point 2, and when I stitch them down, I'm going to stitch not across, but around, so that when you see the stitching, it actually is a little bit of a diamond. I'll show you that when it's finished. But with those, you can do all kinds of things. You can do a cross, you can do just two, you can do it like I just said, you can do French knots. They're quite flexible as to how you get to sew them down and decorate the inside of them, so keep that in mind as well. Okay, I'll be back with the finished piece. Here it is. I'm all done, and I'm really loving it. Okay, I did the buttons here, and you can see that I did it in a kind of diamond around the whole shape. Oh, and speaking of buttons, I've mentioned the files in my library section of my website, the technique page, and in the hand piecing, hand stitching, I can't exactly, hand sewing section, there's a file called embellishments. There's also one, decorative stitches, which is embroidery stitches, and I go through the different ways you can use embellishments and how to stitch them. And in that, I have some for the buttons, and I had the graphic to show you the different. I mentioned these earlier, but I love the little flower one. I got to use that sometime again. So yeah, this is there for you to request. It's free. It gets sent instantly to the email address you enter. All right. Okay. So I did the buttons there. I did this little lovely here, and I trimmed it. The daisies are all stitched down, and look at this little antennae for the butterfly. That turned out really well. I just did, I came out through the butterfly, and then I put my needle in the background here, did my pistol stitch, which is just a French knot on the end of a long straight stitch. And then instead of pulling the thread through, I mean, the needle got pulled through, but instead of knotting it on the back, I pulled it back out again and just trimmed it. And because it was, I guess it's because it was pearl cotton, it stayed, like I did nothing to make that stand up, but it stands up really nice. This came down very nice. And here I did with silk ribbon, I did that diamond shape again on this button, but I also left tail so I could tie this little bow, and this bouquet of roses in the vase. So this is my February blue and yellow piece, and it's a nice addition to I feel like I'm collecting these now. I have 3 of them, and they're fun, so I'm looking forward to continuing with more next month. Okay, thanks for watching. Thanks for any shares and comments and likes that you can do. It's all helpful, and I'll see you in March.